honey. How are you? How are you doing? Are you doing good? Are you doing good? What's my dilemma today? The dilemma is, this is the time of year where you're at that point that you can put down your last slow feeding fertilizer. So I'm going to put down Pgf Complete. But yesterday I went out in the garage and guess what showed up? Little puppy dog. No, green shocker. This little teeny plant over here. This thing is absolutely enormous. This stuff is just awesome. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just gorgeous. If I was a lawn, I'd want to use that. Nice, sharp, very pretty blade there. We had been cutting just over 1/2 inch all summer long. And to make it easier for Ryan and the good witch, I'm going to bump it up to 3/4. And I'm at 32nd over 3/4. Main thing I want out of this is I want the good fungus. So this is a bulk bag of this recharge. 2 tablespoons of the recharge in here. I gotta say, that, my friends, looks pretty good for a lawn that hasn't had anything put on it for, gosh, over 6 weeks. Now these are all fast release. The first one I'm gonna show you is something that I asked Andersons to develop, which is Pgf Balance. Now this is the green shocker. This is the brand new green shocker that I've been working with Andersons on and developing this. I'm just gonna throw some of this into some water. This is what happens. This stuff breaks apart and immediately this stuff is going to start to work into your soil. A lot of carbon in here, and it's a 712 with iron. Hey guys, so all that happened yesterday. It was Sunday. I was here all alone. The wife was over visiting my daughter and the grandchild and shopping and doing different stuff, and I was here at the house alone, so I got a bunch done. But I want to talk about this stall zone. So before I begin, of course, don't forget, hit that subscribe button, that little red thing wherever it is, and the Bermuda Lawn Guide is up with a calendar on it that sort of walks you through all this. So make sure you get it. It's free. We leave it up all year. And if I'm talking about any products, of course, in the description below, I've built one web page that'll have the products, it'll have the way that you can subscribe to our email list to learn about new launches, a bunch of different stuff, so it's down below. This is the time of year where we're going to hit a stall zone. And what is a stall zone? Remember, warm season grasses love the 90s and they love high 80s. That's sort of the peak window for warm season grasses. Well, there comes a point in the fall where we need to start to look ahead 30 days and we need to plan, because a lot of the products that we use are going to be at least in the ground for 30 days. So there's one tool I want you guys to start using. Now this works better on a computer. I think sometimes on a phone it's kind of hard to get, but you can still get it. If you go to AccuWeather.com and put in your zip code, you're gonna come up on a page. And on a computer it's on the top and it says daily, monthly. You go to the monthly. And here's what you can do, is you can fast forward that. So you can look ahead. So if it's September 20th, I can actually go to October and I can see they'll show you the highs and the lows based on the recent historical data of what October is going to look like exactly in your zip code. That's such a valuable tool for us because we need to know, we're sort of guessing, oh, October, this will tell you very accurately, in most cases, what is actually going to happen over the next 4 to 6 weeks. And I think that's real important because we've got to change. So today, or yesterday, I put down an organic treatment. I just happened to have a bunch of extra bags of Dirt Booster lying around. I was like, this is my last chance for anything organic. Remember, organics have to go through a decomposition and digestion process for them to be effective. So I had some extra Dirt Booster. If you have anything that's organic, now is a good time to get it down before the temperatures start to drop. Because if you want the good mycorrhizal fungi, and if you want that stuff to go through a humification process, and if you want to boost up soil microbes, this is kind of the last chance to do that. So after we hit the sort of the real cold, where we're like 60s for a high and 40s for a low, we don't want to put down anything organic. You shut off all your organics. Now, Dirt Booster also has Humichar inside of it, which has carbon and humic acid. The carbon in that we can put down all winter long. Wintertime is a great time to focus on your soil. So if you need to adjust pH, if you need to do pH adjustments, or if you want to boost it up with carbon, the wintertime is a great time to do that. So I'm kind of looking ahead. What's the other thing? So we talked about organics. I'm going to talk about fertilizers. I'm going to talk about pre-emergence real quick. So let's talk about pre-emergence. When do I put down my pre-emergence? I don't worry about pre-emergence yet. My lawn is healthy. It's still thick. I'm not going to put down pre-emergence until my lawn really shuts off. Once my lawn starts to shut off, it becomes weaker. That's when the winter weeds can actually come in. So I have no weeds on my lawn. Zero. I have almost zero weeds. There's no reason for me to put down pre-emergent right now. But as that lawn gets weaker, that's when the weeds can move in. The temperatures cool down and we get cool season weeds. So what I like to do is, as soon as my lawn is in that, we go from the growth, we go to the stall, and then we go to the shutdown. And right about that shutdown time is the time that you want to hit your first pre-emergent. Of course, I'll link to the pre-emergent I use down below. Put down a good, strong, heavy coat. And then you won't be doing probably anything else until maybe the winter time for your next pre-emergent. Now let's talk about fertilizers. I'm about to make my shift. So right now I can put down, if I want, I can put down my last coat of a slow release fertilizer. Slow release fertilizers generally are effective 4 to 6 weeks, let's say. So I still have weeks ahead of me that are going to be touching into the 80s, and that's still a growth period. So yes, you can take Pgf Complete, put down Pgf Complete for your last treatments right now, if you're sort of in my zone, and I'm in Georgia, of course. So right now I'm still in the 80s, and it's a great time. I still have several weeks where I'll be high 70s, low 80s. Now you can still put down 1 coat of slow release, but this is also the time you want to start to consider non-slow release fertilizers. And this is where I like to use Pgf Balance, because all the lawns around here are low on phosphorus. If you don't have high phosphorus, you can put down Pgf Balance. Now Pgf Balance is a professional grade 10-10-10, super fine particle with iron and micros. So you can put down a light coat. You can put down a light coat every 2 or 3 weeks on your lawn right now, and it's not going to push. You're not going to put down a huge amount of nitrogen. You're just putting down a general coat of nutrients that the lawn can take in as it goes to sleep. Pgf Balance is a great cool season fertilizer for your lawns. Green shocker. So let's talk about green shocker. Now 2,000 bags test bags were released so you guys could play with it. It sold out in about 2 hours, but they are going to run about another 2,000 bags for you guys that didn't get any. If you have green shocker, this is such a good time of year to use green shocker. Why? Because it's a 712 with humic and iron, and it's a super fine particle. The particle size is the size of salt. It's a golf course grade fertilizer because the particle distribution is absolutely incredible. But you can put down green shocker, water it in every 12 hours, and boom, your lawn will darken up. You'll start to get this real thick, but you're not putting down long-term slow release fertilizers, and that's the key to it. One of the keys to green shocker, just like Pgf Balance, is that you can put it down, it's all fast release, and you are in total control of when you can shut that off. So you can put down light coats of green shocker or light coats of Pgf Balance continually until you say all of a sudden you look and the 10-day forecast says, oh, we got cold fronts moving in. You can shut it off and stop and you're done. So that's the beautiful thing. The same holds true in the spring. In the springtime, when warm temperatures finally move in, we want to deliver nutrients on a constant, consistent basis. We want to get that into the ground and push our lawn. That's where we can use the Pgf Balance, and we can use and we can use the Green Shocker. We are in total control of that nutrient release. It's almost like using liquids, but it's just so much easier. It's just instant, nice and mild. You can't burn your lawn. Green Shocker and Balance can be used on every single lawn. Warm season, cool season, every single lawn you can use it on it. They're fantastic products. Again, the next run of Green Shocker, I will not announce in a video. I will only send out an email, so make sure you're on our email list. That's the way I did the last one. I sent out an email, and in 2 hours it was sold out completely. So I will be sending out another one. It's absolutely gorgeous stuff. Hey guys, so what have I have here? I went and did my inventory the other day on the video, and I found out I've got a lot of dirt booster. I ordered it and then we left for the beach, and so I never really used it in the gardens. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it out on the lawn. I still have temperatures that are gonna be consistently around 80 something. And that's good soil microbial activity, so I'm going to put it on the lawn. Remember, Dirt Booster has organic matter, corn-based concentrates, molasses particles, and then humichar, which has a ton of carbon, which is why you can see how good this lawn looks. We haven't done anything for 5, almost 6 weeks to this lawn. So this lawn behind me, you look at it, you say, man, that's a great looking Bermuda lawn. It's cut about 3/4 of an inch. We haven't done anything. We haven't put anything on this lawn. And one of the reasons why is because we've been improving the soil through the addition of organic matter and carbon through humichar. So I can't stress enough, don't just focus on your fertilizers, which are a temporary solution. Focus on your soil. And that stuff is just awesome. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? That is just gorgeous. If I was alone, I'd want to eat that. That's what it looks like when I put down my dirt booster. Okay, so I've got, just so you know, I've got project ongoing down at the beach house. They're the upper turret, I guess you call it, that glass room. It was surrounded by vinyl siding when the tropical storm came through. A piece lifted off, and it is all loose. And I got a contractor down there, and I said, I want this all pulled off, and I want to replace it with a wood product that's 130 mile an hour wind rated. So they're stripping all that off, and I can watch it because I have my blink system. So I got a bunch of little projects like that ongoing down at the beach house. So if you hear my phone go off, you'll know why. I got to keep it on. Ryan has been using this GR series to cut the lawn for the past month, especially the front, and I came back and the blade just feels kind of rounded. So all I'm going to do is I took off the chain here. I loosened this bolt and this bolt. I haven't made any adjustments, and I'm just going to run some lapping compound over it just to put a nice sharp edge on this. Because we have to run back down to the beach house to follow up on all these projects at some point too, so I want this to be sharp. So I'm pretty much done. If I want to, I can actually tighten this down. Instead of feeling soft and rounded, now it feels like an actual knife. You got to be careful. Don't run your finger across the blade like this, because I have opened up my finger before. You just want to just touch it and just feel it. So I'll do a little bit more, and then I'll retighten, and then I'll cut. So, I gotta say, that, my friends, looks pretty good for a lawn that hasn't had anything put on it for, gosh, over 6 weeks. This is a direct result of taking care of your soil, not focus on your grass, but fixing your soil, and then let your soil make your grass healthy. The amount of carbon we've put down here and the organic matter, just like in our vegetable gardens, it's just shocking. 6 weeks in the middle of the hot August weather. What was it, end of July or August 1st, all the way through into September. Man, that just looks great. Let me show it to you. What that really is. Look at that. That is just absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I gotta say. Even I'm impressed with that one. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my, she's a beauty. She's a beaut. Since I'm putting down, I'm not going to use the little microbial packs. I have an extra bulk bag. Remember, the main thing I want out of this is I want the good fungus. So this is a bulk bag of this recharge. A few tablespoons of the recharge in here. And it's a good time to throw in a little super juice too. Why not? The main thing I want out of the super juice right now is the fulvic acid and the sea kelp. And I like the humic, not because the humic does so much for the lawn, but simply because it's a good binder. It goes in and it binds all this spray together. Oh, let's say 1, 2. I'm going to put about 3 or 4 cups of super juice in there, dry. So I have put down my dirt booster, and I have mixed up the fungal pack with a little bit of super juice, so I'm just going to spray it. And since it's Sunday morning and there's nothing really to do right now, I'm going to go ahead, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go back and I'm going to blow a lot of this material down into the grass so that I can cut at least the front. I'd like to cut the front today. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern here because we've had a light drizzling rain starting yesterday all through the night, and we're scheduled to have rain again tonight and tomorrow. So I don't want to be doing a whole bunch with fertilizers. I really like to put these fast release fertilizers down when the soil is a little bit dry and then water them in. I will show you one thing I've done. I finally got in my order of Pgf Balance. I think I ordered 10 bags. So if you were watching, I did my inventory. I got 10 bags of Pgf Balance because I got to put it on all these lawns. But today I came out and I put a line of green shocker. Is green shocker going to have an impact on this nice healthy lawn out here? Probably have a little impact, and that's what it is. It's very mild. So I did about a 2-foot line. Let me show you what I did. Even though it's cloudy out, the grass looks really good. So what I want to do is I'm going to show you where I put it. And we'll just monitor it and see what happens. So I have this little spotlight right up here, right there. And what I did was I ran about a 2-foot strip right down here. I misted it. I waited about 15 minutes. I misted it again. And we're just going to leave it and see if it has any impact on it. again, if your lawn has a lot of nutrients, adding more excess nutrients is not going to do a lot. When we did the test strips on barbs, whew, man, those two test strips were so dark green. It was absolutely incredible. And I'll see if I can find some of that old footage where we did those test strips, and dude, it was just shocking. So I will tell you that you can see them from here probably. If you have a lawn that has not had a lot of fertilizer, you're going to get more impact from this. I was on the phone talking to one of the guys at Anderson's, and they were talking about that same thing with a lot of golf courses, that if you're already fertilizing heavy, you'll just get a very mild. But if you have a lawn like Barb's that hasn't had a lot of fertilizer, you've got to see this result. So these are the two testing stripes here. Now, I came out 2 weeks ago and put down a line, and then we watered the whole area, not just the stripes. Then I came out this past week and I put down a second treatment, and look at those lines. Is that incredible? Now, these lines are actually twice as dark, twice as thick, and about an inch taller than the grass that's surrounding them. But that really is an amazing result right there. Again, a lawn that hasn't had a lot of fertilizer on it is going to see a really great impact from it. Look at how lush and green those are. They're dark, they're lush, they're green, nice and full, and they're about almost an inch taller than that grass over there. Isn't that thing crazy? Man, that banana plant, not a tree, it's actual plant, is so large. It's just mind-blowing to watch it. Again, this thing is, I got it for perspective. I got to get close to it. So this thing is over 20 feet tall. That's just crazy, dude. And this thing will die the first frost, and we cut it down to the ground, and that thing will grow up again next year. So anyways, guys, I've got about 20 different videos that I'm trying to figure out how to get done. One cool video that I've got is for the pool back here. I know not everybody has a pool, but I ordered a new pool cleaner, a suction side pool cleaner for the beach house. So impressed with it, so impressed. I came home and ordered one for this pool, and I'll be installing that. I'm making that video. Good gracious, as you can tell, I'm about to have more rain. I've got a bunch of stuff coming out. Hit subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Doc.